Greetings, News Plus No Traders. We're here with one of the legends in the roller coaster industry, Mr. Bolliger. And you told a story many years ago about when you and Claude started the business. How many people did you have when you first started on your own?
Okay, when we started the business, I think it was Claude, Maria, myself, and two partners.
Wow, so things have really changed. You also mentioned you did a job for another company for an amusement park ride. That was one of your first, I believe it was a bobsled coaster?
Yes, in fact it was Six Flags Great America who called us and asked if we could help him for modification of the bobsled ride. But of course we're young and we said yes.
So when you thought about that, did you think that was going to lead down this path that you had gone?
No, I think we never thought that we would do roller coasters. We're only 4 people, and a roller coaster is 1,000 tons of steel. It was not in our mind that we can do like that. And the first thing we do was some construction work in Switzerland, and then I think it was opportunities which allow us to start with roller coasters. The first roller coaster was Iron Wolf at Six Flags Great.
How did it feel when you saw the first train of people make their run on Iron Wolf?
I think, of course, I think it's a great enjoyment to see that. But I would say 28 years or 26 years later, it's still the same feeling. I think when you open a ride to the public, I think we see the smiles on the guests. I think it's in our heart.
So basically now you've done that over 100 times and it feels the same. I'm not going to ask you to pick a favorite because I wouldn't ask you to pick who you like best between Sophie and Oliver. That wouldn't be fair. But it's such a great experience. You have constantly refined roller coasters along the way. Is there something, without revealing a trade secret, that you can talk about that kind of surprised you when you discovered that this would work or this wouldn't work?
I don't think we're surprised. I think we always try to come with new ideas. And I think we're one of the companies with the most diverse roller coasters. You take the city coaster, inverted coaster, dive coaster, the wing coaster, the flying coaster, the hyper coaster. They are very diverse. And we like the fact that it's always changing. We like also the fact that every layout is different and each layout creates a new experience. It's not a repetition, it's always new.
Well, talking about layouts, we were at an air show in Fort Wayne and we talked to a lady by the name of Patty Wagstaff. And she was flying by Cedar Point one day and she saw this green roller coaster in the front of the park. And she actually flew off to the side and watched the roller coaster a little bit, and then she started flying her airplane just like the roller coaster. And she thought that was just so much fun. So now she actually looks for amusement parks along the way and does a little bit of that flying on there. And she says that she doesn't know a whole lot about roller coasters, but she says the ones with the big steel beam in the middle are the ones that are the easiest for her to duplicate, because she can see that. So obviously those would be her roller coasters that she likes to do. And I just found that fascinating because she got her start in flying, loving the Giant Dipper at Veracruz.
But I think it's a good comparison because what we are trying to work with the G-forces, with the speed, and we are not fighting against them. We are are using the speed to make something very natural. And I think in an airplane it's the same. I think you are playing with the speed to fly.
Well, luckily your coasters are extremely smooth. So like when the wing coaster, it almost feels like you're just sitting out there, the wind rushing through, your legs hanging over the edge, and that is just a wonderful sensation. Along the way, you have had some wonderful partners to work with. You know, from the beginning, I mean, it had to be a little bit nervous to do your first coaster, you know, but it gets easier with every coaster. And the parks as partners have just been wonderful in how they let you express your new ideas in rides and supporting, you know, the changes that you've tried to do that, because you've really revolutionized the industry in showing how that they can do that. When you look at yourself or think back to yourself, did you think that you and Claude would have such an influence on the whole roller coaster manufacturing business?
No, we never thought we would do roller coasters. We never thought that we create such a relationship with the cars. We never thought that we create so much enjoyment with the people who ride our coasters. So for us, everything is a surprise. And I would say even today, being here, talking with you is a surprise.
Well, I hope it's a pleasant surprise instead of a bad surprise. But I want to thank you for your time and sharing just a little bit of the insight in there, because it's just a fascinating story of the way that you have started off and never really intended, and it shows how our lives, how you get from point A to point B is never a straight line. There's a lot of twists and turns all along the path, and you never really know how it's going to come out. But you can rest assured that there are millions of people that smile on your rides every day, and they really appreciate the fine quality that you do in your company with your roller coasters.
We enjoy the people smiling. It's our best reward.
Well, thank you so much for your time and a little bit of insight.